All right, you guys, welcome back to Lisa and Company. Today is one of my favorite collaborations, Girls Can Use Power Tools, hosted by NataLee at Design to the Nines. Now, I started working on this coffee bar wall, this feature wall, a few Girls Can Use Power Tools ago, and I am finally back. Now, I will admit it took me a little while to decide what I had in mind for this. I went through a whole bunch of iterations with what this could look like, and I'm finally there. So, we are going to be using my favorite Fusion mineral paint in the color ash, and there's a couple of reasons for that. This feature wall sort of lands right smack between our kitchen and family room, and a little while back I actually painted our fireplace and our mantle area in this color. So I'm hoping to just give that a real nice cohesive feeling. What am I gonna do on the Annndd wallpaper? You're just gonna have to stay tuned and see. All right, you guys, let's get started.
All right, to do this paint finish, we're gonna use a sponge, and I can't find the one I bought, so we're gonna use this old one. I have washed the heck out of it, and if you can see here, I just plucked a whole little bunch of pieces out of it. It's to give it more of an irregular finish. Now I'm gonna go in with the Fusion mineral paint in ash, just to give it shadows underneath. So literally just gonna go all over. And once I start, you can really start to see the pattern showing up on the wallpaper. I already feel good about this. Second color up is Castle by Home Decor's Chalk. I'm gonna go in and put that pretty much over the entire thing, and then I'm also gonna use it to fill in lots of the spots. So this is gonna create that sort of brownish beige undertone that an old silver would have.
All right, so at this point, we've got two colors of the paint on, kind of. I mean, we just used a little bit of the black to get some good shading under there. Sorry, the ash to get some good shading under there. So I have put on the first. Now I'm gonna go ahead with the metallic. So that's the next one. I am going to link up here because I did this whole process on a tray. And if you decide to do something like this, starting with a smaller project is definitely the way to go. So I'm gonna link that up here in the cards so you can take a look at that one. The best piece of advice I have for you when you're doing something like this is to step back and look at the big picture. You're gonna wanna see if you worked too much in one section or another. Now I wanna show you a couple of things. Where I have put the black in a couple of spots, I have then gone over with a little bit more of that first color because I want this to be somewhere between a galvanized finished and almost a real tarnished silver. So I've got a couple more layers we're gonna add to this, and we're just gonna keep going till I get it exactly where I want it. All right, so painting done. This was not false advertising. There will be power tools, but I had to get the background done first, and I desperately wanted to get this done in this way before I put everything up. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes to get good and dry. Okay, I'm gonna give it about an hour to get good and dry, and I'm gonna go start collecting everything that's going on the wall, and I'm gonna show you the best way to put it up. Give me a sec.
I'm also going to use my sander and give all the trim a once over and a quick second coat of paint.
Okay, you guys, this is where we get to have some fun. I'm gonna show you what we've got to put up today, but remember I showed you the book? Well, this is where the magic happens. This is where I figure everything out. So let's kind of take you through it. I have a couple of wall sconces that used to live in a different location, but they actually kind of drove me nuts where they were. So we're gonna be putting those one on either side. there goes the book. Okay, so that's number one. If you guys saw the IKEA haul, you would have seen these cool shelves. I'll kind of show you that way. They are just a really neat powder coated gray metal. So I love that kind of industrial look. So we're gonna put one there and one beside it. These are gonna have, you know, decorative stuff, coffee cups and all that fun stuff. And we've got a rail and hooks. You gotta love IKEA. And that's gonna go beneath one of these to hang some of the more seasonal mugs. I am gonna make a sign for this, but we're not doing that today. So what I'm gonna show you today is the proper way to hang stuff on a drywalled wall. I wanna show you what anchors to use. I'm gonna show you the ones that I use for everything because there's gonna be a little bit of weight on some of this stuff and we wanna do it properly. So we're gonna use a drill. We're gonna use a couple of different heads on the drill and we're gonna use some really special anchors and I'm gonna show you how we do it. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna show you what anchor we're using today. This is, I'm gonna try and give you a close up there, my favorite kind of anchor to use. There you go. With drywall, and especially if you're putting something up with a little bit of weight, you wanna make sure that the anchor you're using is really gonna grip the drywall. What I love about these, and I'm showing you those teeth there, is you don't just hammer these into the wall after you make a hole. You literally screw these into the drywall. So what that does is those teeth are really gripping because you're screwing it in. Then when you add the screw, it does the same thing that traditional anchors do where it pops it out and really helps it hold on. So really you've got two levels of protection there because you've got the one where it's gone through the drywall and then you've got the end that pops out when you put the screw on it. So you know the traditional little yellow plugs, sometimes they're white, where you literally make a little hole, pop it in with your hammer, you can pull that right back out and we don't want that to happen with this stuff. So the only downside to these is all those teeth and that big space makes a big hole in the wall. So we don't want to make any mistakes today. I'm going to measure really carefully because I worked really hard on that paint finish and I don't want to mess it up and have to go back and try and fix it if I put one of these babies in the wrong spot. Hopefully I didn't jinx myself by telling you that. So I'm going to start. I have measured out where the sconces go and we're going to put these up. All right, so I've marked off my little mark here. I like to give it a little tap with the hammer to get it started. Okay, and then just use your drill to put it in. And I'm gonna show you something really cool about this after. Hold that thought. Pretty cool, huh? And it is in there so tight. All right, what I'm gonna show you with this, really neat. This sits in my drill and it's a quick change. So all I have to do is pop it up, pull my little head out, and I can swap it for whatever I need. This makes switching from a screwdriver head to a drill bit really quick and easy, especially when you have a lot of holes you're gonna do. So, hole one done. Let's get the screw in, because you guys, this is so easy. Ready? I don't know if you heard that, but the pop actually happened while I was screwing it in. And put this on there. Ta-da! I can't tell if that's straight. Let's see. There we go. First one up. So we're gonna go do the one on the other side and then we're gonna get going putting all the other stuff up.
So the point is, you don't need anyone to hang anything for you. Go out, hit your home goods, hit your Kirklands and our Home Sense, buy beautiful things for your home and put them up yourself. Don't leave them there while you wait for someone else to put them up for you.
All right, now to put up the metal shelves, whoops, working with metal is noisy. What I did was the two shelves together equal 47 inches. I have 57 inches between the two sconces, so I've measured over 5 inches from each sconce and we're gonna start hanging these there. Now I am gonna go a little bit lower, but I have symmetry issues. Whatever. I just want it to look really sharp. So I wanna have them centered between these because then when I make my sign, that's gonna be centered up at the top. So let's get these put up. Okay, you guys, so here's the thing. I am not one of those people who complains about IKEA. I have no problem putting it together. For my son and I, it's a little bit of an art form. But I just had to pull out the instructions for this rail because it came with more pieces than I thought. I figured, you know, bar, couple of hangers, but it's not that complicated. I figured out where everything went and now we're gonna put it up. Stay with me. Okay, you guys, well, it took long enough, but phase 2 coffee bar is finally done. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something about using anchors to hang slightly heavier items. I have one more video that we have to put up for this. I have a dresser that's gonna go right here. Of course, I picked it up at the Restore, and it has already been painted twice because I cannot get the right color. I am hoping that the third time is a charm. I've picked up a color that I think is right, so stay tuned for that. We also have a sign to make for the coffee bar and a few more things to put up. I'm almost feeling like it needs one more shelf, but you know what? I'm gonna live with it for a little while and see what it needs. We take coffee very seriously here. This is not strictly decor. This is heavy duty. We need coffee. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks as always to NataLee at Design to the Nines for hosting, and to her co-host Katie, my very favorite trim nerd over at Handymom. I hope you guys enjoy all the videos. Make sure you click on the link down below so you can watch the entire playlist that these incredible creative women have put together for you. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, Lisa and Company, and we'll see you next time.